This episode of the Home Pros Radio Show podcast is brought to you by HomeBinder, the premier home management app. Receive home maintenance reminders, organize your home's inventory, manage your home improvement projects, and more. Stay tuned to get a free upgrade code for HomeBinder worth over $200.
The Home Pros Radio Show.
I'm Tommy Donovan with RIC Home Inspections, and this is the Home Pros Radio Show podcast. In this special Halloween edition of the Home Pros Radio Show, we meet some people who have encountered spooky situations in their homes, and we share their stories of what happened next. We have a Home Pros Radio Show Code Check Trivia Challenge with a monstrous twist, plus Adam Burgess with Paranormal Investigation Team Greenville joins us in the studio. We brought him in to help preview our upcoming podcast featuring our recent trip on a ghost hunting expedition. We got Adam Burgess with us with Paranormal Investigation Team Greenville. Good morning.
Morning.
For those who recall, regular listeners of the show, last year we had you guys in to talk about, haunted homes. I've had experiences that I've been like, there's something definitely going on. Enough to make me a believer. And I tell the story in one of our previous podcasts. So check out our podcast page and go to episode 12. Where I tell my story. Shane, you just have a bunch of creepy stories.
I've had some experiences. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I've ever gotten into great detail on any of them, but I've definitely had some experiences that were a little eerie.
Yeah, well, now's your chance this morning if you'd like to share.
I don't have any.
Those of you out there, if you have had any experiences.
We're in a comfort zone here.
Things that have gone bump in the night, things that have moved for no apparent reason. Let us know. This is the time of year to share this stuff. And so Adam, what he did is there is a house that you guys were checking out, and you were kind enough to let us go along.
That's right.
Tell us about this house. How did you get involved in it?
I know the owner of the home, and this summer they wanted to clean it out, and he just wanted me to walk through it and see the stuff that was in it because the gentleman died in the home and was the last homeowner. So I walked through. I'm big into music. This guy was a musician, and walking through the house, I just see all the equipment, see everything that was there, and it was junky. And walking through, he had a in-home recording studio. Walked into the studio, standing there taking some pictures. Walked back out, standing in the doorway of the studio, not moving, looking at my phone, and the door to the studio just closed pretty hard, hit me. I pushed it open. It was wedged between the ceiling and the floor. I jumped up and down, ran back and forth, moved around.
Trying to repeat what you experienced?
Trying to debunk that as something, floor joist out of whack, whatever. Couldn't make it happen again. Yeah. So, I got a little creeped out, said, what's going on here? Talked to my buddy, did a little research, and decided to talk to you guys and see if you want to come with me to check it out.
Cool. Yeah, there were marks on the floor and ceiling. I mean, it definitely.
You can see where it has scraped on the floor.
There had to be something going on there.
So, Adam's checking out. Now, what got you involved? Was it just the interest of you being into music and stuff?
Yeah, we had no reason to think that it would be haunted. I mean, obviously, if somebody dies in the house, what's going on here? But that was not the main goal when I first went there. It was to check it out. I like seeing his projects when he's working on flips and things like that. But still owns a house at the moment, and so we benefited from it by spending a little time there last Wednesday.
That's right, we did. We went last week.
I see dead people.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What can that be? Is it a ghost?
Maybe. Oh, yeah.
Right? Here's something creepy. Listen to this one. Helen Weisencell lived in her home for over 20 years before she decided to take on a remodeling project that required excavation work in her basement. Apparently, after breaking ground on the project, the contractors performing the work discovered a child's skull. Yeah. Turns out her home in Jefferson County, Wisconsin was built on top of a cemetery that historians later determined to be at least 170 years old. Well, we've seen Poltergeist, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And it gives us all an indication of the spiritual implications of the situation. However, Mrs. Weisencell was now forced to take on the challenge of battling an even more formidable foe. You know what it was? It was the government.
Oh,
now that her property was determined to be an official historic burial ground, the renovation on her home became infinitely more difficult. This was because she now had to make way for the archaeologists to move in and excavate the site as needed. Before it was all over, she ended up having to wait 15 months before the state of Wisconsin finally gave her the green light to take on those repairs and do her renovation. That would constitute a completely happy ending if it weren't for the fact that now she was having to still deal with what was underneath her house. Crazy. It wasn't dead bodies, but a black widow spider that triggered an extreme reaction from one California resident. Here's the story of this man, which some might describe as being a little hot-headed after this incident. If you've seen our Facebook, you've seen this.
The RIC Home Inspections photo from the field.
What are you looking at? I know what I'm doing.
Did you see that?
Yeah, creepy black widow spider. Nasty black widow in this photo here. And I wanted to share this story of a Fresno, California family. They're now rebuilding the second story of their home after their 23-year-old son nearly burned their house down because of a black widow spider. Local media reports say he was apparently trying to kill the black widow spider that he found on the outside of the house with a blowtorch. Not a good idea. You know what?
You're so dumb.
Exactly.
You're really dumb. For real.
The man's parents were not at home when the incident occurred. Captain Robert Castillo of the Fresno Fire Department told the LA Times that the 23-year-old man was trying to kill that black widow spider when he was blowing that torch on the exterior brick veneer when the flame worked its way through a crack in the brick and ignited the inside of the house.
Yeah.
Ooh,
not the best of ideas.
Nope. Blowtorch, definitely not the way to try to kill black widow spider or any other bug for that matter.
Yeah, I tried a different method. Maybe some poison of some sort.
Yep. More than two dozen firefighters responded to that house. It was a 2-alarm blaze, and there were no injuries, the station says. Black widow spiders commonly found in homes like the one I took a photo of. It just so happened that was in a crawl space that I was in a couple days ago. So I figured it was the perfect opportunity to... Those things are pretty wicked looking. Mm-hmm. Looking bugs. But,
yeah, I was watching a spider and a snake fight on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that over breakfast this morning.
I think it's in Australia where, every animal is poisonous, but...
about 10 times bigger.
Yeah. But it appeared that the snake got caught in the spider's web, and both of them were really venomous, and that we were just going to watch to see which one won.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you which one won, so you got to go look at it yourself.
That's it. Maybe we can share it on our Facebook page. Yeah, so anyway, bites are rare from black widow spiders, but beware whenever you see one. You don't want to test them out. So, yeah, and you don't want to burn them down either.
This episode of the Home Pros Radio Show podcast is sponsored by HomeBinder. There is no better way to organize paint colors and home documents, get maintenance reminders, receive email alerts of appliance recalls, and share valuable information about your home with potential buyers. For a limited time, use promo code HOMEPROSRadio, all one word, to upgrade to our premium edition for the life of your ownership. Visit us online at homebinder.com or simply click on the link provided in the show description of this podcast. HomeBinder, a homeowner's best friend.
Now, how would you react if one day you noticed a mysterious fluid oozing from the walls of your home? It's a scene that you would only expect from a horror movie, but it was a real thing for one homeowner who had to be freaked out at first. But her own understanding of the maintenance history of the home she just purchased led her to a rather sensible conclusion that even our guest Adam Burgess has seen before. You know what we want to know is,
what's that?
What have you found in your home that freaks you out?
Yep.
Really creepy.
My shower curtain was shaking a couple days ago, and that freaked me out a little bit.
Really?
And there wasn't any air on, so I don't know.
Yeah?
Maybe somebody decided to take a shower that I didn't know was there. I don't know.
Yeah?
But I did open the curtain to make sure there wasn't anybody there.
Yeah, that's good.
I couldn't see anybody.
Oh, some of you got a peeping Tom.
I hope not.
Here's something. It's time to share us another one of those homeowner encounters. Creepy homeowner encounters. Ooh. One hot summer day, Debbie Hill noticed something brown and sticky running down the walls of her Colorado home. Syrup.
Lick it.
Maybe not. At first, she was unsure what the mysterious sticky liquid was, but she recalled hearing the story of how the previous owners had to exterminate a massive beehive from the home. Earlier, we were talking about black widows. Well, she actually performed a taste test, which confirmed her suspicions on the identity of the mystery liquid. It was honey.
Huh.
A local beekeeper. Yes, right. A local beekeeper who was hired to address the situation offered this explanation. You see, bees' wings act as fans, which keep the hive and its honey cool in warm weather. With no bees to keep the honey cool in the summer heat, the honey begins to pour freely from the hives that were left behind after the bees were removed. You know, we talked about that a few weeks ago. We had hornets. A homeowner wasn't sure if they should get rid of the hornet's nest.
Right.
Well, in this case, you want to get rid of honeybees' hives. Because
unless you just want honey coming from your walls.
As sweet as this situation sounds, it's the sweetness of it all that is actually the problem. Think of the number of ants, mice, other pets that are likely to swarm around this honey pot of a home. Repairing the situation, unfortunately, involved the removal of the home's walls and rebuilding them as needed. Now, that's a project.
Oh, yeah.
We actually were down in Foniflora, which is a plantation down in Monticello, outside Newberry, and they had just removed honeybees from their walls. They had the same problem.
Same problem. This is, by the way, this is Adam Burgess with Paranormal Investigation Team Greenville, who took us on a ghost hunting trip in a house just last week. Yeah. This house that we were at had some oozy, yucky stuff on the walls.
Yeah,
I don't think it was honey, though.
No, that one room, I'm pretty sure that was the only room that the owner was allowed to smoke in.
Yeah.
And looked like nicotine.
I think it was nicotine stains. They were sticky and
ceiling, walls, carpet.
Yeah.
Whatever that was on the floor. I don't know if that was carpet. I don't know if something was growing or if that was actually like a shag carpet.
Well, you were walking on it, and it was almost as if you were walking on stuff. Because it wasn't not like a flooring system. Stuff. It was just a pile of stuff. Especially when you're walking through a certain part of the house. The rest of the story behind our ghost hunting expedition with Adam Burgess from Paranormal Investigation Team Greenville is coming soon, so be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss it. Also, for more on this topic, check out episode 12 of our podcast, where we had the entire Paranormal Investigation Team Greenville join us in the studio. These episodes are a must for those who want to learn more about the process involved with identifying or debunking potential paranormal activity. The easiest way to access these episodes, download the HomePros Radio Show app. It's a free download on iTunes and Google Play. Get immediate notifications of our latest episodes. Like, share, and comment on what you hear right on the HomePros Radio Show app. Now available for your mobile device at the iTunes App Store and on Google Play. Now it's time for some fun as we match wits in our HomePros Radio Show Trivia Challenge. Here we check to see how much we know about some of the basic building codes in our homes. To help facilitate the learning process, we have a couple of special guests who are monsters in the field of education.
The HomePros Radio Show Trivia Challenge.
That's right. Special edition of the HomePros Radio Show Trivia Challenge this week. That's right, we have a monster with us today. Our special Halloween code check. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm not the monster, though, right?
No, you're not.
I'm not either, right?
Code check edition of our HomePros Radio Show Trivia Challenge. He's calling in. Yep, here he is, the monster we all know and love, straight from Sesame Street.
Hello? Cookies?
Cookie Monster? Wait, I wasn't expecting to hear from you.
There's no other monster. We only
Cookie.
have cookies. I need your phone. What?
That's who I'm looking for.
That sounds like the one.
To the count. Oh.
Yes.
Okay. You're funny, Cookie. Hello, Home Pros.
Hey, Count, good morning.
Greetings from Sesame Street.
Well, we're glad that you could join us today. So here's the deal, Count. I have a list of questions that are related to code requirements that we should all be aware of in our homes.
That's right.
Okay. Now, the answer to each question is a number, and we're going to have you, the Count, count us up to the correct
We will
answer.
count.
That's right. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Okay. Adam and Shane, you answer these questions. Here we go. Number one. In your bathrooms, the installation of any outlets or switches should be at least this far from your tub or shower surround.
3.
3 what? Jelly beans?
3 feet.
3 feet from your tub or shower surround? Let's check with the Count, see what he says.
The answer is 3. 1, 2, 3 feet from your tub or your shower surround.
Very nice. Very good. Okay.
Do I get a point or something?
Yeah, you get a point.
The cookie.
Yeah, you get
him off already.
Cookie Monster. He's going to hear you. All right, number 2. For any stairway, a handrail is required if you have this. You need a handrail on your stairway if you have this in a stairway.
3 stairs.
3 stairs?
3 is the number to
All right, Count. What do you think?
Building codes must come in 3s.
Really?
You need 3 stairs for a handrail.
Very nice.
1, 2, 3 stairs. What about cookies? Cookies for sale. Home Pros, go to the next question.
Okay, we will. Okay. All right, Count. On the outside of your home, from the foundation out 10 feet, you want the grading of your exterior soil to drop how many inches?
I'm going to say 3.
I'm going to say 3.
3. They say 3. What do you say, Count? For question number 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches.
6 inches.
From your
Multiple of 3.
foundation, so you can drain the water or the blood. The Count just joking.
Okay, Count. Okay. All right. Next one. Ready? Question number 4. In a sleeping room, your windows, by code, are required to be no more than how many inches off the floor? You can't have them higher than how many inches? Like if you have a sleeping room. What is it? Can't be any higher
36.
than 36.
Can't be any higher.
Yeah. They have to be within.
You got to be able to climb out. I'm saying 36.
Yeah.
All right, Count. What is the answer?
Be a bit of counting here.
Well,
44 inches.
44.
1, 2, 3.
Well, you know what? Count, I don't think we need to count that far. Yeah.
44 inches.
Thank you very much.
You get the idea. They never make me count that high in the show.
Yeah.
The little one.
Yeah. Well, plus you don't really have that much time when you're on TV.
That's right.
Okay, let's see.
Do you have time for one more question?
Yeah, I believe I do.
How much time does Paul say?
Paul's saying he's holding one finger up, so it looks like we might have a minute.
One finger.
Yeah.
Of which finger is he holding up?
Very funny, Count.
Just kidding.
Count has a nice little sense of humor going this morning. All right, you ready? Last question. Here it is. In the southeast region of the country, around the South Carolina area where we are, building codes require an R30 attic insulation rating. That would be the equivalent to how many inches of blown-in fiberglass insulation?
I want to say it's either 12 or 18, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know.
Yeah, how about we meet in the middle? Maybe we could say 15?
15.
All right, Count. What do you think?
15.
There you go.
15 inches of fiberglass insulation.
Very good.
I count by 5s on that one since we don't have that much time.
Well, yeah, Paul's telling us we don't have much time, so. Well, thank you very much, Count. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Count helping us out this week with the Home Pros Radio Show Trivia Challenge. Let's give him a thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much. Hey, and give the Cookie Monster our best.
Cookies?
Yeah?
Home Pros?
Yeah?
Okay, bye-bye, Home Pros, and happy Halloween.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Cookie. All right, and
See
thank
y'all
you
later.
for joining us, Adam.
Yeah, I feel honored to be on here with
Some
Cookies. I mean, those are celebrities right there.
We only have the best stars, the biggest names in radio right here. That's going to do it for this episode of the Home Pros Radio Show podcast. We invite you to keep up with the Home Pros by joining our online community. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram at Home Pros Radio. You'll find more detailed articles, podcast links, photos from the field, and even video posts that help to further illustrate the discussions on our show. It's the best way to stay on top of the latest advice, tips, and tricks that you need to make sure your home is in the best shape possible. Look us up using the handle at Home Pros Radio. For my co-host Shane Hips with The Closing Contractor, I'm Tommy Donovan with RIC Home Inspections, and we'll look forward to joining you again on the radio and also next time on the Home Pros Radio Show podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Home Pros Radio Show. If you have a question for the Home Pros, visit us online at homeprosradio.com, where you can contact us directly and also learn more about the topics and guests we bring to you each week. It's the Home Pros Radio Show online at homeprosradio.com or on the radio at 94.5 WGTK, The Answer.